Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the latest edition of the PCLSN Pod. I am your host, co-president of PCLSN, vice president of WSJP, Anthony Sorgi, alongside Devon Prep's finest, the lead of Devon Broadcasting, Ryan Aquilante this morning. Ryan, how we doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm great. I mean, we got Philly live tomorrow, about 27 hours, I guess, until PCL right around the corner. I think I'm covering 19 games this weekend. Looking at the schedule of all the games I'm going to. So excited. We're not going to get a ton of sleep this weekend, but that's okay. But yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun this weekend. Everyone, make sure you're at Philly Live this weekend. Tickets are $12 at the door. So yeah, big weekend. Should we just get right into it? Start talking about our question of the day.
Yeah, let's get right into it.
Okay, PCL team. Which PCL team is going to fall short or struggle in Philly Live? What's your answer to this question? Because I think that you could go a lot of ways here.
PCL team that would fall short. We got a lot of options here. So personally, Carol, you have them ranked in the power rankings as the number 8 seed here in the PCL. I feel like they've got a good shot. Obviously, Yazir Turner's on their team. He's a very talented player. They've got a good shot. I just don't know if they have enough talent like they did last year to push them far enough. Like, even playing against top teams, I don't know if they have enough talent to get them far enough in PCL rankings. And the Philly Live perspective, I don't know if they have enough talent to – they're obviously going to win a few games because personally, I don't think any PCL team besides maybe the bottom 5 are going to lose a game maybe because the PCL, we got a lot of talent here. But, Carol, I feel like they're going to be one of the teams that are going to be expected to win a good amount or win by a good margin. But as of right now, I don't know if they have enough talent or developed talent to win enough.
Yeah, I mean, Parkland and Exeter, Parkland's a solid team. I saw them play the Prep. And I think if I'm remembering correctly, Carroll beat Parkland last season. I think it was the same score as what the Prep beat them by, actually, coincidentally. But, yeah, I mean, I think this Carroll team's solid. You talk about Yazir Turner. We have Nick Legendo ranked number 10. He's playing for Philly Power this spring. Caesar Richardson's going to get good playing time. Nolan Stock, Caden Moody as well. So they have a few different guys, but I think that Carroll, there is a chance that they could drop that Parkland game. I don't think they'll have any issues with Exeter, but I could see that. I'm going to go a different way here. You talk about only the bottom 5 PCL teams losing a game. Man, everyone knows that I love Bonner Prendy, but they have an impossible schedule. Like, this schedule is incredibly hard. And like, I don't know how much scouting these PCL teams are doing. I know Coach Cassidy talked about these opponents. And like, but like, it's going to be really hard to stop above anyone. Reese Alston, son of Rafer Alston. By the way, Rafer Alston, one of the best all-time NBA nicknames. Rafer Skip to My Lou Alston, longtime Houston Rocket, played for the Milwaukee Bucks as well. His son, Reese, is a 5-star number 8 player in the 2027 class, according to 24/7. Like, that's a really tough matchup. Corey Francis is going to have his hands full if that's who's guarding him. So I think that Bonner is going to could struggle there. I think St. John's is another tough matchup, as is what's their other match? Lakota West. So, like, I really like Bonner. They're my number 1 team in the PCL. But I have some questions about them facing 2 top 40 teams and then facing one of the best players in the country at the current moment of time. I guess another team I might point to, I'm trying to think of teams. I feel like that's really like it. I feel like everyone else should do pretty well. Commonwealth League, I'm intrigued to see how they play. Cedar Creek and Allardyce are 2 interesting matchups for them. I don't know if I'm actually going to get to see them, but for sure seeing the scores, that'll be interesting. See what Miles Moore can do, but also see how he can facilitate the ball. I mean, he only averaged 2 assists last year. You'd like your best player to do a little bit more there, even if he's a shooting guard, not a point guard. You'd like to see a little bit more action between him and Matthew Tollerson and Irby there in the backcourt. So, yeah, those are my – I guess that's the team I'm interested to see Cardinal O'Hara as well, I guess I'll point to. They play Arts and Lenape, or Lenape. I don't know which it is. Sorry to my South Jersey people if I got that wrong. And then I guess the last team I'll go to is Holy Ghost Prep. We don't really know what we're going to get out of them. So intrigued to see what we see out of the Firebirds in their first year in the PCL. Starting, really. I mean, technically it's July 1st, but by all accounts, I mean, this is the start because it's this group that'll be playing in the winter in the Catholic League.
Yeah, personally, taking a step outside the PCL, when I was looking through the grid of schedules, I didn't see this matchup, but a matchup I would love to see outside is Lakota West versus the Second Baptist School, the 5-star like you were talking about, and Lakota West with all those 4 stars. They got that'd be a matchup. I'd love to see that matchup, but I didn't see it sadly on the PCL.
I don't think it's on there.
Yeah.
A team Second Baptist is playing though is Imhotep Charter. I'm really intrigued to see what happens there. That's going to be a very, very intriguing matchup. But I mean, this Philly Live slate is like stacked up and down with top level matchups. Like even outside of the PCL schedule, I'm like looking at the games I'm going to, and like Friday night, we've got Rutgers versus St. Ignatius, which is going to be a great game. On Saturday, I'll be at the Sally's Notre Dame Prep game, which will be interesting. Notre Dame Prep, one of the top teams in Connecticut last year. And then like E&S versus Morris Catholic. That's another one. Morris Catholic played the Prep 2 years ago, and I think we barely scraped out that win with an elite group that we had that year. Jordan Ellerby, Olin Chamberlain, Jared McKee, etc. So yeah, I'm really excited to see the whole slate, and even like just during downtime, watching different games will be really fun.
Yeah, like even through like you were talking about Bonner, Corey Francis, them taking on Lakota West, and like them having a tough schedule. I feel like they still got a good chance though, even though they might not win all those games. It's probably they're probably getting the best experience from this Philly Live to take into the PCL season, because of how much top talent they're playing against, and like going up against a 5-star and you're a PCL team. PCL, I'm trying to think when the last time we might have had a 5-star in our league was.
Sorber and Bethea probably.
Yeah, probably top 10 recruit. Yeah, but definitely them going up against a lot of top talent is going to help them coming into the PCL season.
Yeah, no doubt about that. I would agree there. Next, as I go back to our agenda here, which I missed when I went to look at my the schedule, where does Roman sit at? That's a really intriguing question. We had them number 13. Now, I said yesterday, the last time Roman finished outside of the Palestra, last time they missed the Palestra, I was barely like alive. I was like 4 months old. So that says something about what they've done at that program. And then we go further back. Last time they finished below 500 was 2002. Think about that. 2002. That, like, the amount of change in the world that has happened is incredible in that time. That's 24 years. It'll be 25 years to this this winter. So yeah, I have some questions about Roman Catholic. That Milton Hershey loss, I said yesterday, like, all due respect to Milton Hershey, they're like a top 60 team on Max Preps. Do I trust the Max Preps rankings? No. I think that we need to stop having computers rate teams and have people that actually know the state rank them. But like, no disrespect to Milton Hershey, no PCL team has any business losing them. In my opinion, every PCL team you could argue is top 50 in the state. I think you send them to Pennsylvania, they're going to beat most of the teams out there in the middle of nowhere. So I think that that's something about Milton Hershey that I'm like, again, no disrespect to them, but like, Roman Catholic, one of the prestigious programs of the East Coast, has no business losing to them. Abington Heights, I know they got a good win over. Win was pretty close though, right?
Yeah, 4-point win, 48-44, I'm pretty sure was the final score.
What'd you say, Ryan? Sorry, I missed you.
I said 48-44 was the final score. 99% sure about that.
48-44. Okay, yeah, we should be scoring more than 48 points in the PCL. Like, the only game I can think of that happening was the Prep West game, and West just held the ball for like the entire game. So what are you gonna do? Yeah, I think that, I mean, Roman doesn't sit in a good spot. Will they get transfers? Most probably, but like they're running out of time. There are only a few guys out left who haven't picked a new home. So like last year they got Bryce Presley, they got Samir Lynn, who we'll see finally on the floor this year. But like they lost everyone, they lost everything. Brad Wanamaker's their only returner. So like, what are you gonna do? Roman has a lot to work on. And I mean, they're just gonna have to outwork teams. I think that's their only path to success at the current moment in time, unless they pick up a whole bunch of transfers late. What do you think?
I was thinking when they came to Devon last year, obviously they had the freshman JV play before us, but they obviously have a lot of players on both those teams. So I'd be curious to see whether one of those players stands out at Philly Live and possibly gets a big spotlight on them heading into the PCL season, because any player on any team as of right now could be like the next big star in the PCL, no matter where they are right now, like sophomore, junior. They could possibly be the next big star. They just got to put in the work. So I wouldn't be surprised if I saw another top talent come out of Roman that no one was watching. So as of right now, I would have them where we have them at right now in the rankings, but I wouldn't be surprised if I saw another star come out of their program. And obviously they have Mark Jackson's son, Shane Jackson, which obviously he's another player to watch coming out of them. Pretty sure he's freshman this year. So sophomore, yeah. So they've got another 2 years with two or so years with him.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd love to see what they can develop with him. And as of right now, I think he pretty much plays like a center power forward position probably. So probably can help them in the long run. If they get good transfers, obviously that'd be really good. So I'd love to see where that ends up at.
Yeah, Shane Jackson really impressed me. He plays team final 15U, and I mean I haven't watched any of his like games or film, but like averaging 7 and 7 is really solid. So I give him a lot of credit for that. Like EYBL is a tough place to play, so a ton of credit to him. Wanamaker, he plays for Kalo Elite, averaged in last PCL season 6 points a game. 4 rebounds as well. So, like, he's pretty solid. Samir Lynn, again, we didn't see him last year. We'll see him this year back on the floor after injury. And then, you know, like, we got to transfer in Aiden Dominic. He plays for KLO Elite. We'll see what he does. Samaj Warden's a good freshman. So, yeah, I'm intrigued to see. I mean, tomorrow is, I think, the biggest game. I'll be kind of be going between that and the Judge Strake Jesuit game. But, like, they play the First Academy from Florida. And I'm really excited to see that test to start off Philly Live, see how they can perform against an out-of-state team that is a solid program. So, yeah, Roman Catholic, again, big test upcoming. I don't think there's any doubt about that. I'm pulling up right now, seeing the D1 guys.
Yeah, while you're doing that, big credit to Philly Live. Being able to get teams from, like, all over the country is, like, really impressive for a tournament program they're running over there. It's really cool to see like teams from what you just said, Florida coming up. I think I saw one from Virginia too. They're coming up to play. There might have been one from New York. I'm not pretty sure though.
We've got. I'll give you the list of states playing. We got obviously PA, and then Massachusetts. We got New Jersey. We have DC. We have Delaware, Virginia, Texas, Ohio, Florida. Yeah, that's the list for of at least teams playing against PCL teams. There are even more that aren't playing PCL teams.
Yeah, it's just really cool to see all the talent from like on the East Coast as of this year to come up and just play in one big like pretty much showcase for them.
Yeah,
it's really cool. Big credit to Philly Live for that. That's just really cool that they got to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Big test though for Samir Lynn against Kyle Blair, senior forward. From the First Academy tomorrow night. He's got offers from Arkansas State, Miami of Ohio. We know how great Miami of Ohio has been as of late. Cleveland State, Lemoyne, Ohio, Stetson, and North Florida. Like when you got a guy with D1 offers going up against this KLite team, that's going to be really intriguing to see how they can fare in that one with the big man there down low. So yeah, I think that's the Roman's in an interesting spot there. Next, I guess, do we want to take a quick look at Girls Live?
Yeah, we could take a quick look at Girls Live.
So we talked about, I think we talked about it last week. I think Nick talked about it. Azuri O'Connor, Newman Goretti heading from Newman Goretti to Cardinal O'Hara. That's a big transfer. O'Hara is going to have Downingtown West, Gloucester, Catholic, and Arts at Philly Live. Downingtown West is Thursday night. The other two are both on Saturday. O'Hara, we know they lost last year in the PCL championship to Carroll. What's our expectation there for the Lions?
As of right now, Olivia Kraft, her brother Jaden, goes to school here at Devon. So obviously, I know she picked up an offer from Villanova. So it's really cool to see the player development coming from last year into this year. So I'd love to see how she performs. Obviously, she's a defensive specialist too. So definitely getting a more defensive-sided player on their team. Obviously, she could play offense too, but just having that good side of defense on your team in the PCL can definitely help you a lot. And I'd love to see how she plays out too, because I know she's very talented. And what's she, a sophomore this year? Freshman?
I don't remember honestly. I think so. I think sophomore.
Sophomore, yeah.
Yeah,
Really,
she's a 29.
yeah. That's just really good to see. Freshman developing into sophomore year, getting a D1 offer from Villanova is really nice to see. So I think I think they got a shot at the Palestra this year, but that's just my opinion.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I don't think there's any doubt about it. Adding Azuri O'Connor to an already really good O'Hara lineup. I mean, Coach Dugan does a great job with that program. Really excited to see what they can do. But just up the road, just up the Blue Route in Delaware County, you have Archbishop Carroll, the reigning champs, and like, do they have Alexis Evers, who's now at Villanova? No. But do they have Kayla and Kelsey Evers? Yes. And Kayla Evers was absolutely spectacular at the Palestra. She really showed out. So yeah, I'm very intrigued to see what we get from Carroll. I mean, I think that they have to be the front runner at the current moment in time. What do you think, Ryan?
Especially with the Eber sisters being very talented, one going to Villanova, definitely also shows you, as I was just talking about, Olivia Kraft getting an offer from Villanova. Villanova definitely sees a bunch of talent in her, which hopefully she'll pick up more offers down the road. But it definitely shows you that O'Hara and Carroll can probably battle it out again. I don't know much about the other PCL girls teams besides them two, but I'd love to see them battle it out at the Palestra again.
Yeah, I also think, I think most people would probably agree with me. We talk about like Philadelphia being like a basketball hotbed on the boys' side. The girls' side is where it's really impressive. Like Ryan Carter, Jordan Palmer, Jesse Moses, just to name a few, like top prospects in the area. Like Kayla Evers, I think, should be on that list as well. Like she was, again, spectacular down the stretch for Carroll. I really like the girls' basketball talent in this area is spectacular. It's one of the best in the country. So I think the girls need to get a little bit more respect on that end. For sure, having more high D1 talent than the boys' side does at the current moment in time. Let's take it next to player and team rankings. Those came out this week. Very controversial, as we know. I got to give a quick plug to our guy, Coach Gee. I'll be on with as they call him, Given A. Smith, tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. on Instagram, talking about our team rankings. So make sure you check that out. But let's start with these prospect rankings. We'll start with the 2029s. Number 1, Amir Brown. Number 2, Corey Copeland. Number 3, Makai Graves. Number 4, Nick Cameron. Number 5, Drew Baskerville. Very interesting list here, Ryan. What were your thoughts top to bottom?
Top to bottom? So top, start off with Amir Brown. Very talented, class of 29. I think he's got a lot of upside. And having 2 Father Judge players at the top definitely shows you Father Judge is not messing around this year, going for, what's it, 3rd straight PCL title, probably.
Yeah, 3-peat.
So
first 3-peat since I think Newman. It would be since Newman already won 6 straight back like late 2000s, early 2010s.
Yeah, Newman would not be happy with that. Yeah, then taking a step down, going to number 3, Makai Graves. Plays on Team Final, very talented. I haven't seen much film of him lately. I know he's very talented. Can't wait to see out of him. West Catholic definitely gaining a few more stars after losing Kingston Wheatley. So I would want to see what West Catholic can make of that. You have them as the number 5 spot in the
5,
power rankings
yes.
with the new talent they're gaining. So I'd love to see if that talent really shows off where you have them in the power rankings. Taking a step down. I don't know much about the last two. I know O'Hara, very talented team. Last year when we played them, we took them down. We won against them by, I think it was like 2 points.
Yeah.
Very talented team, but bringing in new guys this year too. Obviously, who knows what they'll do? Maybe freshmen, the varsity. But I don't know much about the last two. Lansdale, they beat us, gave us a run for our money, then slowly pulled away with a big lead. Very talented. Braden Martin, definitely a big factor in that win there. Those are my thoughts, though, on the 2029 prospect rankings. What do you think? You're the one that sort of did these too.
Yeah, prospect route wise, yeah, I mean, looking at it, Nick Cameron, number 4, he plays for Kalo Elite, 6'3" wing. He'll have a very much expanded role this year. And then last is Drew Baskerville. He can shoot the lights out. We know that. Baskerville's really solid. Last year, shot 38% from 3. He plays max levels Elite 15U. So, yeah, I like the bottom of the list. Makai Graves is going to be spectacular. I really like Graves. He was able to fill in well for Kingston Wheatley when in the prep game when Wheatley got ejected. Already has a New Orleans offer, plays, as you said, team final, averaging 3 and 3, shooting 69% from the field. Their 14 final this spring. So yeah, I like this list. Amir and Corey are interchangeable. I really like Corey Copeland personally. I think he's going to be a great guard. Kind of following in those footsteps of like the Rocco Westfield, the Max Moshinsky, Derek Morton Rivera, and Kamara Kennedy as well. Like those guys who they've graduated, who are spectacular shooters. I think he kind of joins that group. We'll take it next to 2028 though. Let's start with number 1, Rowan Phillips picking up his first D1 offer from Mississippi State. Thoughts on him picking up that offer?
Personally, I love it, seeing him at number 1 picking up his first Division I offer. Obviously, these guys can pick up Division I offers now. I think it was
They can officially pick them up on Sunday.
Yeah, but it's really nice to see the number 1 player get his first offer. Can't wait to see what he'll do going forward, though. But yeah, love to see him picking up his first Division I offer. Played at Wood before this, so
yes.
Coming back to Wood.
Yeah, injured most of his freshman year down this. Go ahead.
I was saying big surprise because Westtown, they're very talented too at basketball. They had Adam Walker played on team final, probably not a name you guys heard of, but he played on team final last year. Big guy for them, and he went to Westtown along with Rowan. So I was surprised when I saw this go out. I was like, is this really happening here? Him coming back to the PCL. And then I thought maybe him coming back would bring some more top talent. So who knows what other players are going to transfer in going forward. But obviously, a lot of breaking news coming out on the PCLSN page lately. So obviously, it triggered something there.
Yeah. Wood has a big 3 now. Really exciting. Rowan, I was going to say, hurt down the stretch this freshman year. I think he got back into the playoffs a little bit. But yeah, love Rowan as a player. Really excited to see him this weekend. Wood has some big matchups themselves. They've got, let's see. I know they play Lakota West. They also have Strake Jesuit, who has a great big man. And then they play Bergen Catholic. Bergen Catholic, I'm really excited to see Kieran Quinn there. I'm going to go on a little bit of a tangent here. But I like Kieran Quinn. He plays for the U Ireland, or the U. I said the same thing yesterday. The U18 Team Ireland team. It's too complicated. There are too many words. But yeah. And then the other one is for Strake Jesuit, Emmanuel Enwabuoku, 4-star center for them. Really like him. And Lakota West, they've got 2 guys that I really like. Josh Tyson, 4-star. Bryce Curry, 3-star. Roman Combs is a football 3-star as well. He's got an offer from Penn State on the gridiron. So yeah, I really like these matchups for them. And then Bergen, I talked about Kieran Quinn, also Alex Mazzella, very solid player. Sean Ford's there too. So like these are going to be tough matchups for them. But Jaden Jenkins, Caleb Lundy, Roman Phillips, I think will get the job done. Alongside a guy, we'll jump down to number 5. We'll get back to the other guys in a moment. But Dylan Powell, number 5, 2028 in the PCL. Plays for NJ Scholars. He's got 2 offers, Ryder and LaSalle. Average 8 points and 3 assists this year, shooting 41% from 3. Thoughts on Dylan Powell, Ryan?
Not much as of right now. He'll probably. I'm expecting all these guys to be good players, but not much on him right now. He's sort of a name that's not under my radar as of right now. So I'd love to see what he can do going forward. But I don't have much on him right now.
Yeah, I mean, he averaged 10 points last year, and which is impressive considering they had Brian Donahue as spectacular 3-point shooter. Then Brady McAdams was solid as well, and he still held his own there as the 5th guy in the lineup. And then also on wood, you've got Malachi Warren. He plays for Philly Pride. You've got team battle-tested 16U star Kean Strong. And then AJ Griffin is a guy that our boy Pat Burkhead has been talking a lot about. He plays for Uptown on the Maid Circuit 15U. So as a whole, I just really like this Wood team, top to bottom. They're going to be really good. Rowan Phillips, the second most highly touted prospect behind Jaden Jenkins, but a very highly touted prospect at that. Let's go to St. Joe's Prep here and the McKee twins.
Before we move on to the prep, I got my thoughts on Wood. I almost feel like, personally, it's going to be hard for them to manage all this talent. It's fun to see a top PCL team who got the 1 seed last year. It's fun to see them get all this talent, but personally, I don't know how they're going to manage all this talent with a bunch of players that most likely going to go play D1, D2, college level basketball. I don't know how they're going to manage all this. Now, I could be wrong. They could have a great coaching staff, and they could end up making it to the Palestra, winning it all, but who knows? I personally feel like it's going to be hard for them to manage all this talent because then they got to worry about the players getting along with each other because all of them are top recruits. They play on EYBL, 3SSB, or whatever circuit there is. I just don't know how well they might manage all this talent. Now, obviously, it could all go well according to plan, but I'm more on the side that they might get the 1 seed, they might get the 2 seed, but I don't know how well they're going to manage all this talent. That's just my opinion on it.
Yeah, I mean, they have one of the best coaches in the PCL and Coach Moscow. I don't think there's any doubt about that. And if we want to talk about talent management, I'd go back to 2017 when they had Colin Gillespie, who we all know, obviously, from Villanova. And then Tyree Pickron, he was first team as well. And then you had Matt Cerruti and you had Seth Pickney as well. All 4 all-Catholic players. The year after that, I guess 2 years after that, you had Rasul Diggins on the first team. Like the amount of talent that's gone through there. Jalen Stinson, another guy. I could go on and on about the great players that have played at Archbishop Wood. Coach Moscow knows how to handle talent. I'm not overly concerned. But I do understand the point. There is a lot of talent to manage. It's going to be a thing. That's going to be interesting to see. Talking about managing talent, not as much height talent, but my St. Joe's Prep Hawks, Julian and Justin McKee are great. Julian's number 2, he's a 3-star, and then Justin at number 9. Justin, maybe the point guard, might end up being in that 2-guard spot. We'll see what happens between him, Luke Moransky, and Jaden Hallett. A lot of minutes to go around there. That's what I was going to say. A lot of minutes, and I talked to Coach Clark on Saturday, and he said, Ant, they're making my job harder. I have more good players now. Because when you go from a rotation last year of the starting lineup was Lesovitz, McKee, and then it was Peterson, Moransky, and Hallett kind of switching in for those last 2 spots. He didn't have a senior class, and I mean Robbie Andrews, Colin Hartz, Ron Morris, Julian O'Hanlon, great seniors, but they didn't play much. They played select minutes in certain games, but it was kind of a core of 6 guys. I mean, I guess Alonzo Ellis is a 7th, like 7 guys that played. Now this year you add in the 6'8", 6'9" big Nate Finn. You add in Atlee Harvey, who's a really good wing. I'm very excited about Atlee. He's developed as well as anyone in this program. Against teams that are shorter, you're going to see Amir Worrell. He's a much smaller player. He'll be the smallest player on the floor, but he can shoot better than anyone on the floor. We saw him at Penn team camp do that. So like overall, I think that this prep team has a lot of minutes to go around, but Julian McKee is a superstar. Julian McKee was a first-team All-Catholic, the only sophomore to do that I can think of, right? I don't think there was another one last year.
Yeah.
So, like, for a sophomore to be getting first-team All-Catholic, that says a lot. It's just because he carried the prep. Like, down the stretch, I mean, against Newman Goretti, we lost that game, but he still had, he had 30 points in that game. You look at the list. Corey Francis, Sammy Jackson, Caleb Lundy, Brady McAdams, Derek Rivera, Malik Hughes, Deshaun Yates, Cam Jackson, Kingston Wheatley, and Julian McKee, who averaged 15.8 points. In only 11 games because he missed the LaSalle game and he missed the Devon game. Jules is a really, really special player. I'm really excited to see him get those offers rolling in this weekend.
Yeah, and not to egg on talent management anymore, and sorry, Nick, but Carroll going down PIAA stretch, losing, and having 4-star Drew Corral, Yazir Turner, and a bunch of other guys. I was just surprised. I don't know if it was a talent management thing, obviously, but anything could have happened there. But even just having all that talent and losing in PIAA, like as a PCL team, and you lose to like a team probably no one's ever heard of. No offense to the other teams in PIAA either, but
lost to Bishop McDevitt, respectable football school.
Yeah, but still, like having all those top talent guys and getting knocked out by what you just said, Bishop McDevitt, it's just hard to see because you look at all the PCL teams, you got 5-star, 4-star, whatever you want to call it, and then you see them lose to Bishop McDevitt. It's just so sometimes it's talent management, other times probably coaching. I'm not really sure though, but hopefully we don't see another team expected to make it to the state championship and lose like that.
Well, I mean, Archbishop Wood lost to Souderton last year. Like, it was just a bad year for the PCL. One interesting thing about Carroll, though, is, like, if you remember, I guess now 2 years ago, they had Munir Gregg, Luca Foster, Christian Mados, right? Like, they had all the talent in the world, and they missed the playoffs. And then they lost talent but got better as a group. I would guess that was not a management issue, maybe a personality management issue more than anything.
I think the guys just want to go play somewhere else.
I think when you have that many guys wanting to score the ball, it's just not going to work out well. So I mean that's one thing I do like about Archbishop Wood. It's like Caleb Lundy's such a selfless player with great playmaking ability. I don't think him and Rowan Phillips are going to be fighting all that much over the ball. I think Rowan's a pretty selfless guy too. So I don't expect that to be an issue. So yeah, I think that like looking at Carroll, we can talk about Yasir Turner now, like second team All Catholic last year, number 6 in our rankings. I really like Yasir. Want to redirect to someone different though, 2 guys different. We'll go to number 3 and 4. Aiden Lewis transferred from Lansdale Catholic, and then Raison Harris number 4. Raison Harris nationally ranked by 247 in their top 150, or not 247 rivals in their top 150 just a week or 2 ago. What do you think about these number 3 and 4 guys?
Raison Harris, I was searching him up yesterday after Pat taught me something new about ranking stuff, but I was searching him up on ESPN. They've got him as a scout grade 80, so he's a 4-star on ESPN, not nationally ranked, but like on like their side stars or whatever. I'm not sure what they call it, but hopefully he gets rolling. And Turner too, obviously he's on there too, scout grade 80, 4-star, whatever you want to call it. But I'd love to see those 2 players go on, do something great in the PCL. Obviously they got, like 2 years left in the PCL? And yeah, so I just
yes.
Yeah, it's just really cool to see how the PCL top league for sports or whatever in the country, seeing them get all this top talent, and then us broadcasters getting to interview that top talent.
Yeah,
so it's really fun.
No doubt. We'll go number 7 here. EJ Stanton. I loved EJ Stanton's stats this spring. I talked about it yesterday. Like, if there's a stock riser in the PCL, it's this guy. EJ Stanton this spring playing for NJ Scholars, averaging 12 and 4. Ryan, you cover you cover EYBL. You know it is not easy to do that.
No.
So major credit to him, improving from 7 points against PCL competition. He's got the Towson, LaSalle, and Ryder offers. I got to think more coming in for the 6'1" guard. What do you think about EJ?
I think he's going to be a great player, obviously playing for Newman, so he's alongside Marquise Newson. But then, obviously, Newman losing a lot of top talent and him being expected to fill in that top talent, too. Obviously, a big role being played there because Marquise Newson, he's a phenomenal player. Personally, he's one of my favorite players in the PCL. I just love his game. The way he played at the Palestra, too, felt like he was probably a big vibe to the Newman Goretti team. Obviously, they lost, but I loved watching him play. But also having EJ Stanton fill in the role. I apologize if I say his name wrong again. I'm just not the best pronouncing names. Allison, NDA, or however you
Njai.
Njai. Okay, there we go.
Yes.
But obviously him having to fill in the role of him and what's the other guy's name? The guy who went to Towson.
Munchie.
Yeah, Munchie. Yeah, filling in the role of those two guys is gonna be hard.
Well, yeah, and also Deshaun Yates. Like we can talk about Allison. He was great. We can talk about Munchie. He was great. We can talk about Cody Colson. He was great. But like Deshaun Yates down the stretch. I remember my dad was at the Palestra, and he said he got a picture of it when Newman Goretti lost. Right, obviously everyone was sad. Deshaun Yates fell to the ground on his knees and cried. And I think that you have to really think about that because if there were two guys that carried a team on their back, it was Deshaun Yates and Marquise Newson. Those two down the stretch did the dirty work. Marquise got the points, but Deshaun was spectacular. And I think that Newman Goretti this year, they might not win as many games and go as far in the playoffs as they did last year, but I think they're going to look just as good because of the fact that last year's group of seniors, with the exception of Deshaun, they were a little lackadaisical at points. No disrespect, but like I was there at the prep game and they were down at halftime to the prep. I went to one of their first games of the year against the Harvard school that sure they didn't have Munchie right, but they got blown out of the water. Like it's bad. It's really, really bad when you're just relying on yourself to be a fourth quarter team. You have to get out early and come out hot. They only turned on the gas when they had to. And then what happened in the PCL championship? Father Judge put them away early. This group did not listen to Carl Lairgale as much as they could have. I think he'd be the first thing to say that, first guy to say that. And now this year's group needs to do that. They need to listen. They need to learn from the best coach in PCL history by championship standard. With all the hubcaps that Carl's brought back to South Philadelphia, like it gets to a point where you got to just get out early. You can't be lazy early in these games. So I think that's going to be a key for Newman Goretti is just like being better in practice and being better early. And I think EJ Stanton's going to be a part of that maybe culture shift within the locker room a little bit.
Now going and were you going to say something?
No, you're good.
No. Yeah, so now going, I guess we can go down the rankings further there. Hold up. Wait, I'm pulling them up real quick. Yeah, so going down the rankings further, you have both the McKee brothers up there. Any thoughts on those having both them up there? And obviously, you said both having talent on your guys' basketball team there. What's it like going to be managing that talent, you think, for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, I talked about it a minute ago. Like the McKee brothers, managing the talent won't be an issue. Managing the rotation I talked about, like eight guys, is going to be tough. But like managing the talent's not an issue. These guys have known Chris Clark probably their whole lives. Chris Clark, for those who don't know, was an assistant for their dad, Aaron McKee, when he was the head coach at Temple. So like the Clarks and McKees are like this. And I think that's, like Justin and Jules love Coach Clark, but like Coach Clark has not been scared. I won't, reveal anything confidential that he said in the locker room, but like he's not scared to chew them out and like say things that like a lot of people probably would be scared to say to the kids of an NBA player. But like Coach Clark knows he can do that, and he knows that they'll be responsive to that. And I think that's a big thing is he pushes those guys extremely hard, and I really respect that. So I think talent management won't be an issue. We'll wrap up the 2028 list with Price Alston, the big from LaSalle, and Bell Smith. What do you think about these two EYBL guys?
Price Alston, definitely a lot of size going along with him. Very tall. Last year I watched him. What was he, a freshman last year? And he was
Sophomore.
Sophomore, yeah, sophomore. He's got crazy height for a sophomore. Going up against our Devon guys, it was sad to see them lose in those final moments there. But obviously, seeing his height and being able to work with his height too, that it was really fun to watch him.
Yeah. Let's roll now to 2027. I know we don't have all the time in the world, so we'll keep it quick. I guess I'll ask one guy you want to talk about from the 27 list.
Obviously Marquise Newsom is up there.
Go for it.
No. Let's take a different route. Let's go Caleb Lundy. You got him at the number 3 spot up there. What was going through your Chloe, Pat's heads? Sullivan, did he have a choice too in here? What was that ranking like? Trying to figure that all out.
Yeah, Ryan Sully did. I think that. Chloe said it yesterday. Like, this guy's set for a breakout year. Not like breakout in the sense of, he already broke out, but like moving from a low D1 talent to a high D1 talent. And he doesn't have all the time in the world to get those offers. Those need to come in this summer. But like, if he plays well at Philly Live, he'll probably have a high D1 offer. Like that's not out of the question. That first game, that's on 6-man court 4 against Bergen Catholic. All the college coaches are on that court. So I think that's the place where he could be poised for a huge day, get a high D1 offer. I know he visited West Virginia, didn't come away with an offer there. But yeah, Caleb, again, playmaking ability spectacular. He can score as high a rate as anyone else. He averaged 18 last year, 18 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. That is spectacular. And then on EYBL, he averaged 11 points and 4 assists this spring. All-state second team this year, all-Catholic first team. He's got SJU, Temple, LaSalle, Towson, Rhode Island, Albany, and Radford offers. For my guy, I'm going to go a different route from Lundy, and I'm going to go to the MVP, Corey Francis. Ryan, I want you to just sit back and listen to these accolades because this is extraordinary. In his career, he has been the PCL Most Valuable Player 2026, 2026 5A Player of the Year, 2-time All-Catholic First Team, 2026 5A All-State First Team, 2025 All-State Second Team. That's and Delco Player of the Year this year as well, like athlete, whatever it was of the year. He won the Triple Crown this year of things that you can win other than Gatorade Player of the Year. Coach Cass said that last week. And he's got an SJU offer. He has an FGCU offer. He has a Temple, Towson, Air Force, LaSalle, Hofstra, ECU, North Carolina, A&T, Bryant, and Albany. My guess is it's probably going to be SJU or like FGCU or like Temple, Towson. It feels like it would be one of those 4 just off of quality of program. I know that him and Marquise Newsom both have been at a lot of SJU games this past year. But FGCU's, half of FGCU's team is from Philly. Like it's a constant pipeline there. So I think Corey Francis is set to get a high D1 offer this weekend. Who is it going to be against? I'm not sure. But if he stands out again in a weekend where Bonner probably shouldn't win a game on paper, if he stands out and gets them a win, he will be offered because of the fact that he is such a spectacular 3-level scorer. Derek Morgan-Herrera, we talked about how he developed into one. Corey Francis can drive down low and get the bucket there. He can also hit a nice mid-range shot, and he can also hit a 3. So I really like Corey as a scorer. I like him as a player overall. Corey Francis is the guy to watch. He's the number 1 player in the PCL, in my opinion. Not the number 1 prospect, but number 1 player.
Did you guys ever have a debate about maybe putting Jakeem Carroll up there for maybe the 9 or 10th spot?
I don't think Jakeem, and I should kind of go behind the scenes of the list the way we did it. Essentially, it was I sent out a spreadsheet, same way we do our rankings for the people who don't know. I sent out a spreadsheet. I say fill out the spreadsheet, and then they put it in. And no, Jakeem Carroll didn't come up, but like I talked about it yesterday, Jakeem Carroll. We can talk about London Collins. Like I can go on and on about 2027. So we're really good players in this PCL league. So yeah, I'm not. I don't have. I think Jakeem Carroll's a really solid player. Very very impressed by him. Next, do we want to take it to the team rankings?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Okay, I will read these off to our one viewer watching right now. Let's go in here. 15 Holy Ghost Prep, 14 Lansdale Catholic, 13 Roman Catholic, 12 Cardinal O'Hara, 11 Conwell Egan. Let's start with those bottom five. Which team that is ranked low right now is going to be a team that you think is higher come February?
As of right now, you said Roman, there's always opportunities for transfers, but there's not much time left. So I don't know what I'm going to see out of them. If there would be any team, I would either take Lansdale or Cardinal O'Hara. Cardinal O'Hara, they gave us a great fight last year. Good at our place too. It was a dog battle all the way till the end. But I'd love to see if they could make it up there. I believe they could possibly make it to the 9, possibly not, maybe like 10. I don't know. LaSalle's going to have a battle with those teams down there. Obviously, they got Max Okabata, and he's probably a big factor for them. But I think the teams lower as of right now, Cardinal O'Hara, I think I'd probably have them being able to battle it out for that 10 spot. I don't know how much further they can go because obviously Archbishop Ryan, they're a tough contender. And I know I sort of dissed Carroll later, but obviously they're pretty tough too. They're up there with Devin. I think they're at the good spot. I don't know if you could put them much higher. But Cardinal O'Hara, I have good faith in them, possibly battling it out for the 10 spot.
Yeah, I'm going to go Roman Catholic. I think Roman will find their way to the playoffs. I mean, they have some competition in LaSalle for that 10, but I think that they can get there. Shane Jackson, Brad Wanamaker, I think they'll get the job done eventually. But, like, I need to see them prove it to me. If Roman has – I mean, I remember we had the highest of expectations for Roman this past year at going into Philly Live, and they got blown out by St. John's night after they beat Coatesville on a buzzer beater. Like, losing to St. John's in that fashion, St. John's a great team, but, like, we weren't expecting that. I think – I'm going back right now. I think we ended up having Roman ranked lower coming out of Philly Live than we did going in. And like that was kind of the first time we really saw Brad Wanamaker coaching with as the head coach. But yeah, I'm looking right now. Going into Philly Live, our rankings, or after the first live, excuse me, we had them at number 1. And then after the second live, we had them drop to 2. I personally had them drop to 3. So, like, we for sure dropped them a little bit, and I think this year we might see the opposite. I think my hope is that Roman is able to find themselves in like up to like 11 or 10 heading into the fall and the winter. So yeah, I really like. I mean, I don't really like where Roman's at. They're still the number 13 team, but like I think that they have potential there. Let's go next. We've got at number, I'm doing this off the top of my head now. At number 10, LaSalle. Number 9, Archbishop Ryan. Number 9, Archbishop Ryan. Number 8, Archbishop Carroll. Number 7, Devon Prep. Number 6, Newman Goretti. I'm going to start and say that if we were doing these rankings this week, if we voted on the rankings this week, Archbishop Ryan would be higher because they had a spectacular pre-live weekend. They beat Malvern Prep. I'll pull up the scores. I know I have them here. Beat George School 48-18, beat Upper Dublin 68-38, beat Malvern Prep 50-49. Archbishop Ryan is a big stock riser for me at the current moment in
time. So Archbishop Ryan, they obviously lost a good amount of talent too, but I feel like they're seated like right here. I don't know if LaSalle, you can make an argument they could be above them. Carroll, if I was doing these, I might have Carroll maybe at the 10th seed. I don't know if they could be worse than Conwell Egan. Maybe I'd move Roman up, but I don't know how much. I feel like these rankings going from 10 to 15 are pretty good. as you were saying, 10 all the way up till 7 or 6. I feel like Carroll is good. Ryan, I feel like they can be pretty good. Obviously, they're coached under a very good coach, Zaglinski, and he can be a very good coach too. I don't know how far the coaching though can take them without all the talent. Pretty sure they had a few transfers come in though, or freshmen come in, but I'm curious. I don't know how well they'll play out. If they make PCL playoffs, that'd be awesome. Maybe they could make a first round win and move on to quarterfinals or whatever. But yeah.
Yeah, I do like Archbishop Brown. I said yesterday, like they're still living in the shadow of Thomas Sorger. I kind of feel like. I think they need to get out of that eventually. I think that'll happen. No shade to Thomas Sorger. I mean, he's a great guy. He'll be back at Archbishop Brown at the end of the month. I'll hopefully get to. I probably will get to chat with him there. But yeah, let's go top 5 here. West Catholic, and then our 4 Palestra spots right now go to my St. Joe's Prep Hawks. That makes me very happy to say. I would love to be back in the Palestra. Not in a I mean, always in a blazering tie at the Palestra, but for sure with a crimson tie instead of another color there for the prep game. And then Father Judge, the reigning champs at number 3, Bonner Prendy number 2, Archbishop Wood number 1. That's the top 4 plus West Catholic. Do you think anything here is going to change? Like, I know Bonner Prendy just picked up Aiden Lewis. Again, they're my number 1 team in my opinion. But Archbishop Wood. There are a lot of archbishops in our conference, if you can't tell. Archbishop Wood is a very, very solid team. I think that they for sure have the argument to be number 1, and there's a reason they are there. Father Judge is very solid as well. We talked about Amir Brown, Ford Copeland earlier, but like Nas Tyler, Jeremiah Adedeji, both really solid players. Raison Harris as well. And in the prep, I went through the rotation. I really like them. We've talked about West Catholic a little bit. What do we think about the top 5?
Top 5. Okay, so right now I'm thinking Newman. I know you got them at 6. I think I'd move them up. I don't want to put them below Father Judge because then that'd be like they're contending with them. I don't know if they could be much contenders with Father Judge. I think the prep's good where it's at. I don't know. These are like maybe because I want to move Newman up, but I don't want to make them look like they're contenders with Father Judge this year because obviously Father Judge is like pretty good, and I don't know if they're going to beat Wood, but I think these rankings are pretty good where they are. As a Devon Prep fan, I think I'd move Devon and Newman up, Newman ahead of Devon, and either West or Prep down where Devon and Newman are. So
Okay.
I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I think 3 through 6 are pretty interchangeable, and I think that then Devon, like you could argue, could be like a number 16. Devon's a really solid squad as well. So yeah, I guess let's run before we get out of here through the schedule of Philly Live. For anyone subscribed to our Substack, which I'm guessing the 3 people watching probably are, we'll roll. I'll have the schedule emailed out in a little bit. But we have set here for the schedule. Opens up with Holy Ghost Prep. They've got Shamokin area tomorrow. LaSalle plays Coolidge from DC. We've got Bonner playing St. John's from DC. Devon it has Dover to open up things. Dover lost to the Prep in thrilling fashion last year. That was an awesome game at a 6-man center, so that'll be a fun one. Holy Ghost Prep plays Auden Reed. Roman with the First Academy. Judge plays Strake Jesuit. Devon, you guys have Andover again from Massachusetts, and then Roman's got Miramar. Conwell Egan playing Cedar Creek from Jersey. What game tomorrow are you circling?
So I will be at the Devon versus Dover game. Hopefully that will be a good game. I was talking with a few of our guys though. They were talking about them playing a 4-star, but I haven't done much research into that yet. Hopefully I'll get to that today, but I'm not sure. They'll be playing 4-stars all season, so I'm not too nervous about that. But yeah, hopefully the Devon versus Dover game will be good. Then I'm covering O'Hara and Archbishop Ryan too, but that's Saturday.
Yeah.
Just Devon versus Dover tomorrow.
Yeah, and I mean, you also though, like at Jefferson, you've got that Devin
Yeah.
Andover game, you've got that Judge Strake game, you've got that Roman First Academy game.
Yeah.
Ghost and like solid games all day.
Mhm.
Really excited for that 540 spot with Roman and Judge both playing at Jefferson right next to each other. That's going to be a really fun duo of games to see at the same time going on. It's always great when two PCL teams are playing right next to each other, and you can just kind of be on the track. By the way, I know we're supposed to have like Twitter updates and all that going out tomorrow. To anyone watching, probably not going to get much from Jefferson. They have possibly the worst Wi-Fi of any place I've been to. So if anyone at Jefferson can make sure the Wi-Fi is kicked up a level tomorrow, that would be great. That'd be much appreciated. Because up on that track, you got to go to the window and sit there for a good 5 minutes to get something a post to upload. So yeah, I'm excited though to be at Jefferson to see those two play tomorrow. Ryan, anything else you want to talk about before we get out of here?
No. Yeah, the rankings feel like they're good where they're at. Class of 27, 28, 29. I feel like we covered those well. Transfers, you guys covered them yesterday. You sort of went all over that.
Yeah, I mean, I'll run through them again. Nick Neary to Germantown Academy from LaSalle. Nair Farlow leaves west to go to the Shipley School. Aiden Davis from St. George's to Bonner. And then Larry Brown Jr. heading from Penn Charter to LaSalle. Those are this week's transfers. We could very easily have more today, though.
Yeah. There's time left, but not much time. But
yeah, exactly.
Anything else you got?
No. Just wanted to say thank you to the 0 people watching now. But thank you to anyone watching this back who has made it this far. And really excited for this weekend. PCLSN is the place to go all weekend. Interviews, live social media update, like everything you can think of. We'll have it. We'll have it covered. So yeah, make sure you stay tuned. Subscribe to the Substack if you haven't yet. That's where we'll have a nightly wrap with a little paragraph about each game, keeping you updated on what's going on around the PCL this weekend. And then we'll have interviews from every game. Top prospects, even outside of the PCL, we'll have interviews with. So yeah, thank you to Nick Mash. He's watching. What a guy. But yeah, really excited for this weekend. We're going to have a great time. So yeah, thank you all for watching. We will be back probably next week for the podcast. And yeah, we will see you all later, and have a great weekend, everyone.